Hey guys, welcome to another replay analysis. This time though it will be a bit different because we'll be able to see both point of views, mine and my platoon mates. So we are playing in a tier 10 battle. I'm playing the 268 as usual. My platoon mate from Legion is playing the Sheridan and we are playing on Desert Sands. So my platoon mate is the only medium tank in our team. There's also only one medium tank in the enemy team. But it's a tier 9, so he can play a bit aggressively. He can spot him either coming here or running away, because that's what we want, early information. Intel gathered, we see that the enemy team, the whole enemy team is going to the city, so it allows us to control around 80% of the map straight away. I'm camping in the corner. He's playing in the Sheridan in the middle right now, because they're still crossing to the city. So possibly some crossfire shot could be landed. Standard B is pushing aggressively through the middle. He's punished. He's way too aggressive. He will be definitely punished by the R7 and by the TDs camping in the back. He receives an AHE shot in the back. And now he's just a one shot. He goes down. So we are pretty focused on the city as well, but we have way better positions. The enemies, they are driving out into the open. Meanwhile, I'm still camping in the back, in the corner, and I can perfectly see the R7 and finish them off. All the enemies are focused on the sea base right now. They're all stacked in the same place basically, and the enemies don't have a medium right now, unlike our team, because we still have the Sheridan, and that allows us to flank them because we had the early map control gathered, so we can outspot the enemy TDs and fire them easily without even receiving any damage. So it's a 5 versus 5 right now. That's an unlucky bounce on the 268 with the missile. In the Sheridan we can't really push into the heavy tanks, especially when they have two T-57s, Yak Panzer and a 268, so you always have to watch out. There's a waffle coming. Suddenly he appeared. But he's not really healthy. He can receive an HE shot, and now he's just a one shot. But you never should afford to an HP. That's why running away and waiting for a reload is the best idea. Meanwhile, in the city, the T-57 has pushed, and that allows me to land another shot into him. And I'm still, even though I lost some amount of HP, I'm still very safe in the very corner of the map. The waffle is just a one shot right now. He's helpless. He goes down. He made a huge mistake by going in. And right now the T-57s can be crossfired because they are peeking in the middle. They are very healthy and they are very deadly. That's a high roll with fire, and one of them is already on less than half of his HP. Almost 5k damage inflicted on the Sheridan. Another T-57 being spotted. He turns his turret and receives another shot, even with a damaged ammo rack. So you may think it's a 3 versus 4. It's still doable. In fact, it's a 2 versus 4 because our T-57 full HP is AFK. So it's a 2 versus 4. The enemies have the sea base, they have over 700 points. I have only 700 HP, and I'm being chased by the T-57. This is not looking good, but there's a 268 who I managed to finish off in time. He wasn't paying attention to me though. So that's 2 versus 3 right now. T-57 with over 1k HP peeking. And that's an HE with fire. And I managed to finish him off, and I'm still alive with over 300 HP. At 2 versus 2 now. Remember that the T57 in our team is still AFK. And there's another T57 pushing me. And that's a low roll on the T57 and he finishes me off. Unfortunately. Meanwhile, my platoon mate is on 500 health. He can surely finish the T57 off this time. But still, this is not a really good looking scenario. The enemies have over 800 points. The base will be captured. No doubt. But the Jagdpanzer is still camping in the corner. My platoon mate barely managed to escape from him. And right now there is still 2 minutes on the clock. And we have to somehow bait the Jagdpanzer out of his position, lure him. So capping B is the best way to do it, the best idea. And this forced the Jagdpanzer to do something, either cap the C base and stop the points, or push out and decap the B base. So right now he's just trapped on the C cap. My platoon mate is still unspotted. He peeks, but the Jagdpanzer turns. And that's an incredible trick shot on the Jagdpanzer, who's finished off with a missile. And that's the over 6k game by my platoon mate and almost 4k damage by me, with over 10k damage in total.